cooking? What you got a cooking? What you got a cooking? 'Cause I'm hoping hard it be me hiding in your favorite recipe.
Hi everybody, I'm Ferris and this is Cooking for Bachelors. It is hot town summer in the city, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. It's 96 degrees in New York City today. And if you want to get your protein and you don't want to turn on the oven or even the stove, you can make ceviche, which is our dish today. First of all, what I have is swai. This is like a tilapia. It comes from Vietnam. When you are buying fish for something like ceviche, fish comes frozen. Ask your fishmonger, fishman at the counter, tell him that you need sashimi grade, and if you can get it frozen already, it's going to be better for you. This is not going to be cooked, it's going to be cooked in lime juice. What I have here is a cup. I used 3 limes and a lemon, and I used my little grater. Everybody should have this. There's a little cap that also does oranges. We're going to be using some jalapenos and some onion, and I have some of my fresh basil plant. So we're going to put that all together, and you'll see how easy it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut up. I mean, we're making a lot here, and this is not a dish that you want to make extra of. It will last in the refrigerator for a couple of days. And that's about it. Remember, it's raw fish, but it will be cooked through the process of using the lemon. So you want to cut some bite-sized pieces. I cut it down the middle. I'm just cutting bite-sized pieces. And by the way, this dish, and I'm creating this dish for you, not only because it's a great option for a very hot day, but I put on my Facebook page, like, what do you want me to cook? And my brother requested this, my brother Max, so I am creating this dish. And what's really great about it is, or what's great about doing this show is I am trying things to bring new and different dishes to you, to my audience, week after week, month after month. And there are things that I never cooked myself. I mean, I haven't cooked everything. So I've been doing a lot of experimenting in the kitchen. All right, we're going to put this in our dish, and I'm using a glass dish. You don't want anything reactive. You don't want to use any metals. I'm going to cut some of these up a little smaller. Okay, and we're going to cut up our second fish. Now you can use almost any fish for this. You can also use shellfish. It's great with scallops and shrimp. Some chefs like to blanch the shellfish first, and some don't, because there's a debate whether, it's going to be fresh enough and whether there's any toxins in it from eating it raw. But like I said, you are not really eating this raw. It is going to cook in the citrus juice and the salt, and everything will help it also, the jalapenos, everything. Okay, so we put all our fish there, spread it out. All right, now I'm going to wash my knife and we'll start cutting the onion. Okay, what we have here is a sweet onion. You can use this as a sweet onion, or you can use a red onion. Although sometimes red onions are not that sweet, they definitely add some beautiful color. Some ways that you can make your onions a little sweeter, if you have a spicy onion and you want to taste it first before you just put it in the dish, it will get marinated also in there. So the citrus juices will soften the blow, so to speak. And you can also soak onions in orange juice if you're using them in a salad or something where you don't want them so tangy, hot, spicy, bad breathy. Always about the breath, right? All right, so we're going to cut some really thin pieces. Just slice it thinly. There you go. The origin of this dish is debatable. I mean, lots of dishes everybody claims to be their own, but you will find the origin in hot climates. It's been known to be Peruvian. They use also potatoes or sweet potatoes from Southeast Asia, Central and South America. Well, that's Peru, but You know, everybody wants to claim a little bit. And you could also use other fish such as salmon, and really anything. Salmon, sometimes your fish man might have like pieces of different fishes when they're butchering it, and there's little pieces that kind of come out, and that might be a nice option. This is a very inexpensive fish, the swai. It was $4.99 a pound, and those two pieces were just slightly under a pound. So you can imagine this is a nice economical dish. All right, I don't want to put too many onions. I cut more than I needed. Okay, so this is what this is what we have right now. All right, let's save this for later. You can always use it for something. You know, you can put your extra vegetables in a Ziploc bag. You can put them in the freezer, and when you're ready to make a soup, just pull them out and throw it in. All right, here comes our jalapenos. Now remember, I washed the outside of these. You always want to wash the outside of, you know, even citrus, because it's handled so much. Seeds in, seeds out. We're going to take the seeds out only because they're not that attractive. Let's use a smaller knife. And the seeds is where you have your heat. If you're cooking something down and you want it to be really hot, then you might want to include your seeds. But sometimes seeds are just not that pretty, you know, when you're using them in a dish like this. So we're going to cut thin slices also, and we're going to add this to our dish. It's very simple. You can add other things as well. I've also put an avocado in, but I find the avocado gets a little bit overwhelmed by all the flavors because it's so soft. So you might want to just add that in the end, or use an avocado as a serving piece. You could put your ceviche in the avocado. There, also you can add like mango or watermelon, and there's many recipes that you can find. And this is really the simple technique. So it's basically, you are cooking it in citrus juice. It will have to stay in the refrigerator for a few hours, and you want all the translucency, okay, of the fish to become opaque, all right? So once it's all white, and that takes about 2 or 3 hours, depending on your fish and how much you have, right? Clean it up, and now we're going to take some basil from our beautiful plant. Yep, I've been buying herb plants. You know, this is urban living. This is urban living, you know, and most of my audience is some kind of urban dweller, because you're the guys that are challenged, that don't cook, that have so much takeout. Anyway, we can use the basil. You can also use, let's say, a lemongrass. You can use a Thai basil. You can use parsley. You can use cilantro. I'm just going to take this, roll it up, and cut some ribbons. And spread that out. Now what we're going to do is add some salt. I've got this great salt grinder. It's Himalayan pink salt, which I really love. Sprinkle a little on. This will already start to cook it. And here is our citrus juice. Just pour it over. You want to make sure that every piece of fish has juice on it. Okay, now we're going to put this in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours. So this is something that you can, let's say, make the night before. Definitely, you can make it in the morning and come home to it, and it's just going to sit there. And then you can eat it for a couple of days after, and then after that, that's enough. All right, I certainly did make a lot. We're going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and we'll take it out when it's done. So it's 3 hours later, and our ceviche has been in the refrigerator for 3 hours. It is all nice and opaque, which means you don't see any transparency, which means the fish is cooked, okay? So cooked in the lemon juice. Excuse me. Now we are going to plate it, and we're going to use this very nice, attractive glass that you can see what you're eating. And we're just gonna layer it in here. I'm using a slotted spoon so that it doesn't get soggy with the liquid. And this is a nice way to serve it. It's like a little appetizer, teaser type portion. A nice way to begin, like if you're having a pool party, and you're, you know, serve your guests. It's a great summer dish. Now I also cut up some watermelon, and I didn't want to add this to the original dish because I thought that it's going to all taste the same. It's going to be fishy and lemony, and you're not going to even know you're eating watermelon. So what's nice is the contrast of the sweet, and again, watermelon's not too sweet, you know, that just bright, crisp. I think it's a perfect complement. And I'm just going to drizzle a tiny bit of olive oil for a little bit of extra richness. Yes, it can go on the watermelon. And just a little dash of black pepper, just to give that aroma. And I have this nice little skewer, or a toothpick bamboo, that's great. And this is a great little way to serve this dish. So let's have a taste and see if it tastes as good as it looks. Wow, that is just perfect. The sweetness and sour, a little bit of olive oil mellowing it out. This is great. Easy to do, as you can see, inexpensive, and something that will really impress people. So remember, when you cook for yourself, you can save money, eat healthier, live greener, and have fun. Thanks for stopping by. See us on YouTube, Facebook, like us, love us.